My personal trainer deliberately gave me exercises that destroyed my back, then recommended her chiropractor husband for expensive treatment. What I discovered next exposed a medical fraud scheme that had been running for years, targeting dozens of innocent clients who trusted them with their health and money. It started innocently enough at Platinum Fitness in Scottsdale, one of those upscale gyms where memberships cost more than most people's car payments. I'd been a member for 2 years, mostly using the treadmill and basic weights, but at 41, I decided it was time to get serious. My goal was ambitious but achievable: run the Phoenix Marathon in 6 months. As a sales manager for a tech company, I spent most days behind a desk and my body showed it. I needed professional guidance. Christina Black seemed perfect for the job. She had all the right credentials displayed on the gym's trainer board: certifications in sports medicine, injury prevention specialist, marathon training expert. During our consultation, she impressed me with her knowledge about biomechanics and athletic performance. She spoke confidently about muscle imbalances, proper form, and injury prevention strategies. Her rates were steep, $120 per session, but she guaranteed results without injury. Looking back, that guarantee should have been my first red flag. The initial sessions felt challenging but manageable. Christina had me doing complex lifting routines that she claimed would strengthen my core and prevent running injuries. She was particular about form, constantly adjusting my posture during deadlifts and insisting on specific breathing patterns during back extensions. She'd position my spine in ways that felt awkward, claiming it was necessary to activate dormant muscle groups. The exercises were unlike anything I'd seen other trainers prescribe, but she explained them with such scientific authority that I trusted her expertise completely. 3 weeks into training, something felt wrong. My lower back began aching in ways I'd never experienced. The pain wasn't the typical muscle soreness from working out. It was deeper, sharper, and persistent. I mentioned it to Christina during our 4th week of sessions. Her response was immediate and concerning. Updated. The pain got worse every day. Christina's reaction when I told her was weird, almost like she was expecting it. She didn't seem surprised at all. Has anyone else noticed their trainer acting strange when they complained about pain? The backstory of how I ended up trusting Christina reveals just how calculated their scheme was. She didn't just randomly select victims. She targeted middle-aged professionals with disposable income who were new to serious fitness training. During my initial consultation, she'd asked detailed questions about my income, insurance coverage, and previous injuries. At the time, I thought she was being thorough. Now, I realized she was profiling potential marks. Christina had been working at Platinum Fitness for 3 years, building a reputation as the go-to trainer for injury-prone clients and older athletes. She specialized in what she called corrective exercise therapy, claiming she could fix underlying movement patterns that caused problems. Her client testimonials were impressive: successful executives and retirees who praised her ability to keep them active without pain. What I didn't know then was that many of these testimonials came from clients who'd never experienced problems until after working with her. Her husband, Dr. Michael Black, operated a chiropractic clinic called Advanced Spine Solutions just 2 miles from the gym. His office was sleek and professional, filled with impressive diplomas and awards. He'd been practicing for 8 years and had built a thriving business treating sports-related spinal injuries. His patient reviews consistently mentioned how he could fix problems that other doctors couldn't diagnose. The connection between his practice and Christina's training methods wasn't immediately obvious to victims. My own situation deteriorated rapidly. The back pain that started as mild discomfort during week 3 became debilitating by week 5. Simple movements like bending to tie my shoes or getting out of bed triggered sharp, shooting pains down my left leg. I could barely sit through work meetings without shifting constantly. Sleep became impossible without strong over-the-counter painkillers. Christina observed my declining condition with what seemed like genuine concern. She adjusted my workout routine, claiming we needed to focus on therapeutic movements to address my developing issues. These new exercises involved even more complex spinal positioning and resistance work that she insisted would realign my vertebrae naturally. Each session left me in worse condition, but she explained this as therapeutic pain, a necessary part of the healing process. During my 6th week of training, the pain reached a breaking point. I arrived at the gym barely able to walk upright, clearly in distress. Christina took one look at me and shook her head with practiced sympathy. "This is exactly what I was worried about," she said, reviewing her training notes. "Your movement patterns are more compromised than I initially assessed. We need to stop training immediately and get you proper medical evaluation." She recommended Dr. Michael Black without hesitation, describing him as the best chiropractor in Arizona for sports injuries. She even offered to call ahead and arrange an emergency appointment, emphasizing how difficult it usually was to see him on short notice. Her urgency felt genuine, and I was desperate for relief. Dr. Black's office was impressive. Modern equipment, professional staff, walls covered with certifications and awards. During the initial consultation, he performed extensive tests that seemed thorough and scientific. He manipulated my spine, checked reflexes, and ordered X-rays that revealed what he described as significant vertebral misalignment and dangerous muscle compensation patterns. His diagnosis was alarming. According to him, my spine had developed multiple subluxations that were pinching nerves and threatening permanent damage. He showed me the X-rays, pointing to areas that looked concerning even to my untrained eye. Without immediate intervention, he warned, I risked chronic disability and potentially irreversible nerve damage. The treatment plan was extensive and expensive. Dr. Black recommended a comprehensive program involving 3 sessions per week for 8 weeks, combining spinal adjustments, electrical stimulation therapy, and specialized rehabilitation exercises. The total cost would be $5,200. Though he graciously offered a payment plan, my insurance would cover only a fraction of the treatment, but he emphasized that delaying treatment would be far more costly in the long run. I began treatment immediately, desperate for relief from the constant pain. The first few sessions provided temporary improvement, which Dr. Black explained as positive response to his therapeutic approach. However, after the initial relief, my condition began deteriorating again. Each adjustment seemed to provide less benefit, and new areas of pain began developing in my neck and middle back. When I expressed concern about the lack of progress, Dr. Black explained that my case was more complex than initially diagnosed. He discovered what he called compensatory instability in my cervical spine and recommended extending treatment for an additional 6 weeks. The additional cost would be $3,500, but he assured me this was necessary to prevent a complete spinal collapse. Updated. 8 weeks in, and I was getting worse, not better. Something felt really off about this whole situation. Dr. Black kept finding new problems every visit. Anyone else ever had a doctor who seemed to make things worse while charging more money? By week 10 of treatment, I was in worse condition than when I'd started. The original back pain had spread throughout my entire spine, and I was experiencing headaches, numbness in my hands, and difficulty sleeping. My work performance was suffering, and I was consuming pain medication daily just to function. During this period, I began researching my condition independently. Online forums for back pain sufferers led me to information about exercise-induced injuries and chiropractic treatments. What I discovered was disturbing. Many of the exercises Christina had prescribed were specifically contraindicated for people with my body type and fitness level. The loading patterns and spinal positions she'd insisted upon were precisely the movements that orthopedic specialists warned against for preventing back injuries. Even more concerning was information I found about certain chiropractic practices. Several medical websites described how aggressive spinal manipulation could worsen certain conditions and create dependency on continued treatment. The pattern Dr. Black was following, initial improvement followed by worsening symptoms requiring extended treatment, matched case studies of problematic chiropractic care. My suspicions deepened when I noticed something strange during my research. Dr. Black's office address appeared in several online business directories as the same address where Christina Black was listed as a registered massage therapist and nutritional consultant. Further investigation revealed they were married and had been operating their respective businesses from connected offices for 3 years. This discovery prompted me to seek a second opinion. Dr. Emily Chen, a sports medicine physician recommended by my primary care doctor, conducted a comprehensive evaluation that revealed the truth about my condition. Her assessment was shocking and infuriating. According to Dr. Chen, the exercises Christina had prescribed were specifically designed to create instability in the lumbar spine and overload the supporting musculature. The loading patterns, range of motion demands, and progression sequence she'd used were textbook examples of how to cause back injuries rather than prevent them. Furthermore, Dr. Black's treatment approach had actually worsened the damage by introducing instability to previously healthy areas of my spine. Dr. Chen's evaluation revealed that my original fitness level and body mechanics were actually quite good for someone my age. The problems I was experiencing were entirely iatrogenic, caused by the medical treatment itself. She recommended immediately discontinuing chiropractic care and beginning a proper rehabilitation program with a qualified physical therapist. The rehabilitation process was gradual but effective. Within 6 weeks of proper treatment, my pain levels decreased significantly. After 3 months, I was essentially back to my baseline condition, though Dr. Chen warned that some of the damage might be permanent. Armed with Dr. Chen's medical assessment and my own documentation of the treatment timeline, I decided to investigate further. What I discovered was a systematic fraud operation that had been targeting clients for over 3 years. I contacted the Arizona State Board of Chiropractic Examiners and the fitness certification organizations that had credentialed Christina. My complaint triggered investigations that revealed the scope of their scheme. Christina and Dr. Black had developed a referral system where she would deliberately injure clients through improper exercise programming, then direct them to her husband for expensive treatment that often worsened their conditions. The investigation uncovered 43 other victims who had experienced similar patterns. All had been Christina's clients who developed back problems during training, received referrals to Dr. Black, and underwent expensive treatments that provided temporary relief followed by worsening symptoms requiring extended care. Financial records subpoenaed during the investigation revealed the extent of their profits. Over 3 years, Christina had generated over $280,000 in training fees from clients who later became Dr. Black's patients. Dr. Black had earned over $520,000 treating these same individuals, with average treatment costs per victim exceeding $4,800. The legal consequences were swift and severe. Christina lost her personal training certifications and was banned from working in any fitness-related capacity in Arizona. Dr. Black's chiropractic license was revoked, and he faced criminal charges for medical fraud. Platinum Fitness, once they learned of the scheme, immediately terminated Christina's contract and cooperated fully with the investigation. The civil lawsuit resulted in a settlement of $800,000 distributed among the victims. While this provided some financial compensation, many of us continued dealing with ongoing health issues caused by their fraudulent treatment. My own medical expenses for proper rehabilitation exceeded $12,000, not including lost work time and ongoing pain management needs. 2 years later, I've mostly recovered from the physical damage, though I still experience occasional back pain that reminds me of this ordeal. The legal case concluded with both Christina and Dr. Black receiving prison sentences for fraud and medical misconduct. Christina served 8 months in county jail, while Dr. Black received 18 months in federal prison for mail fraud related to his insurance billing practices. The experience taught me invaluable lessons about trusting medical professionals and recognizing red flags in healthcare relationships. I now research thoroughly before engaging any fitness or medical services, seek multiple opinions for significant health decisions, and trust my instincts when something feels wrong about a treatment approach. My marathon goal was delayed by 2 years, but I eventually completed the Phoenix Marathon with the help of a legitimate trainer and proper medical support. The sense of accomplishment was enhanced by knowing I'd overcome not just the physical challenge, but also the betrayal and manipulation I'd endured. Updated. The whole experience changed how I approach fitness and healthcare forever. I'm more cautious but also more confident in advocating for myself. Sometimes bad experiences teach us the most valuable lessons. Do you think I should have spotted the red flags earlier in this situation?